Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're taking a close look at a true piece of American history, the 1976 bicentennial quarter dollar, or as some know it, the 1776-1976 quarter. Not just any quarter, though. We'll be talking about one special quarter that's making waves with a current market value of a whopping $90,300. Now, if you're here, you're probably wondering, how could a quarter, yes, just 25 cents, be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Well, buckle up, because we're about to break down the fascinating history, the key mint marks, and what makes this particular coin so valuable today. Let's start with a little history. 1976 was a monumental year for the United States, marking its bicentennial, or 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. To commemorate this occasion, the U.S. Mint released special bicentennial coins, including the quarter, which honored the nation's founding. On the front, or obverse side, we have the familiar face of George Washington, the same design that's been used on U.S. quarters since 1932. But the magic really happens when you flip it over. On the reverse side, instead of the usual eagle, we have this iconic design, a Revolutionary War-era drummer boy, flanked by a torch encircled by 13 stars. This was a way of celebrating the spirit of 1776. The quarter was part of a special minting that included commemorative designs on half dollars and dollars as well. But not all bicentennial quarters are created equal. Most of the ones in circulation are made of copper and nickel, and while they're interesting keepsakes, they aren't exactly rare or valuable. You can still find these in your pocket change today. The mint mark plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Bicentennial quarters were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. The San Francisco Mint produced special collector's editions made of 40% silver, and this is where things get really interesting. The coins minted in San Francisco, particularly the proof versions and silver varieties, are more sought after by collectors. These coins were not meant for general circulation but were sold to collectors as part of special bicentennial sets. Now, here's the kicker. While most bicentennial quarters aren't worth much more than face value, there is one rare quarter that sold for a staggering $90,300. Let's break down what makes this coin so special and why it commanded such a high price. The quarter that sold for $90,300 at auction was an exceptionally well-preserved silver bicentennial quarter minted in San Francisco, marked with the S. Not only was it made of 40% silver, but it also had an extraordinary level of detail, what's known as a high-grade proof. In the coin grading world, this quarter received a perfect grade 70 from PCGS, which is the highest possible grade a coin can get. A perfect grade means the coin is flawless, even under magnification, with no visible blemishes, scratches, or wear. This level of perfection is almost unheard of, especially for coins that are nearly 50 years old. So, how does a 40% silver quarter go from 25 cents to over $90,000? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. The scarcity of proof coins in perfect condition makes them highly valuable to serious collectors. As demand for rare, high-grade coins increases, so does the price. Prices for bicentennial silver quarters have been climbing steadily, especially for proof coins in mint condition. While most silver bicentennial quarters are worth between $5 and $15, those in pristine condition, particularly those graded in the 67 or higher range, can be worth significantly more. However, a grade 70 is the holy grail, and that's what makes a coin like this worth such a jaw-dropping amount. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the current market for these coins, and is it too late to invest? Well, the demand for rare U.S. coins continues to grow, and while the $90,300 sale was a record-breaker, many bicentennial silver quarters are still worth collecting. A well-preserved silver bicentennial quarter from San Francisco in proof condition could fetch you anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s, depending on its grade. If you're lucky enough to come across a silver quarter or proof quarter from 1976, get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading will help you determine its value in today's market and potentially land you a significant profit if it's in high-grade condition. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter and the incredible story behind the one that sold for $90,300. If you have one of these in your collection, now might be the perfect time to check it out under a magnifying glass. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. We're going to dive deep into the fascinating history, the key features, and the extraordinary value of this seemingly ordinary coin. Stay tuned as we reveal what makes this quarter so special and how it could be worth a fortune. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell for more awesome content on rare coins, collectibles, and valuable finds. Alright, let's jump right into it. So, what's the deal with the 1979 D Mint Mark quarter? First, let's talk a little about the history. The 1979 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which started back in 1932. It was created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. These coins have been in circulation for decades and are a familiar sight in American currency, but, in 1979, something interesting happened at the Denver Mint. Yes, that's what the D stands for, Denver. These quarters were produced in large numbers like many other years, but certain variations and minting errors made some of these coins extremely valuable. Now, let's get into the details. The 1979 D quarter is part of the clad coinage, meaning it's made of a copper-nickel composition, unlike the silver quarters minted before 1965. The D Mint mark is located on the obverse, front, of the coin, right next to Washington's ponytail, just above the date. So why is it that some of these quarters are worth thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a combination of factors such as the coin's condition, rarity, errors during production, and demand among collectors. There's one notable factor here, though: the error coins. Certain 1979 D quarters feature minting mistakes, such as off-center strikes, die breaks, or double die errors, which can dramatically increase their value. These types of errors are what every collector dreams of finding. Alright, here's what you've been waiting for: the $80,300 quarter. While the typical 1979 D quarter is usually worth only face value, 25 cents, certain high-grade examples or error coins have fetched astonishing prices in the numismatic market. Let's break down what can make these coins so valuable. First off, let's talk about coin grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, mint-condition coin. A 1979 D quarter that has been graded at an exceptionally high level, say MS 67 or above, is considered nearly perfect. Coins like these are rare because most quarters in circulation show wear and tear. Now, if a high-grade 1979 D quarter also has an error, like a double die, off-center strike, or other minting mistakes, collectors will go wild for it. The rarity of these errors combined with a high-grade condition is what can drive the price sky high. In fact, in recent years, we've seen record-breaking sales of this quarter. One of the most famous examples is a 1979 D quarter that sold for a whopping $80,300 at auction. This particular coin was graded MS 68, which is almost unheard of for a coin from this era, especially one that's seen circulation. Not only was it in pristine condition, but it also featured a minting error that made it a rare collector's item. Okay, so we've established that the 1979 D quarter can be worth a small fortune. But what about the more common 1979 D quarters? What are they worth today? In average circulated condition, a 1979 D quarter is usually worth face value, just 25 cents. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition or has been graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, the value can jump significantly. For example, in MS 65 condition, which is still very high, the coin can be worth anywhere from $10 to $30. But as the grade increases, so does the value. In MS 67 or higher, you're looking at prices anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000. And if there's an error, well, then you're entering that $80,000 plus territory. So, how do you know if your 1979 D quarter is worth more than just 25 cents? First, examine the coin closely under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or any other anomalies. Next, check the coin's condition. If it looks almost brand new, without any major scratches or wear, it might be worth sending it in for professional grading. A small investment in grading can lead to big returns if your coin is one of those rare high-grade examples. Lastly, if you're really serious about finding valuable coins, it might be worth investing in a coin guide or attending coin shows where experts can help you evaluate your finds. So there you have it, the 1979 D Mint Mark Quarter, a coin that could be worth anywhere from 25 cents to a jaw-dropping $80,300. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always fun to search your change for hidden treasures. You never know, that quarter sitting in your pocket right now could be worth a small fortune. Remember, condition, rarity, and those all-important minting errors are the keys to turning a common coin into a valuable collector's item. If you've got a 1979 D quarter, take a closer look, you might just hit the jackpot. We've got a special one that you won't believe, the 1983 P Washington Quarter. Now, why would a simple quarter from 1983 be worth over $70,000? Let's take a look into its fascinating history, scarcity, and current market value. The 1983 Washington Quarter may seem like your average coin at first glance, but it carries a unique story that has made it one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of numismatics. Released by the Philadelphia Mint, which is denoted by the P Mint mark, this quarter was part of the standard U.S. coinage series featuring the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, it features an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, a symbol of strength and readiness. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this 1983 P quarter so special? Well, the key lies in the scarcity of these quarters in high-grade condition. To understand why this quarter is so valuable, we need to go back to 1983. That year, the U.S. Mint did not release uncirculated coin sets for collectors, a decision that would have a significant impact on the availability of high-grade coins from that year. You see, in most years, collectors rely on these special mint sets to find coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. However, in 1983, anyone wanting to collect high-quality quarters had to obtain them directly from circulation, where coins naturally experience wear and tear. This made it incredibly hard to find a 1983 P quarter in mint state condition, and over time, the few surviving pristine examples have become incredibly valuable. Most of the 1983 P quarters in circulation show significant wear, which means those that somehow avoided heavy usage are now incredibly rare. And we all know that in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. Now, let's talk numbers. While millions of 1983 P quarters were minted, finding one in a high mint state grade, like MS 67 or above, is like finding a needle in a haystack. In fact, one 1983 P quarter graded as MS 67 by PCGS recently sold for a staggering $70,300 at auction. But why would someone pay that much for a quarter? The answer lies in the perfect combination of rarity and condition. High-grade 1983 P quarters, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, are incredibly scarce. Most of the surviving quarters from that year are heavily worn, and the ones that aren't are fiercely competed for by collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition, collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. Alright, so let's say you've got a 1983 P quarter and you're wondering how much it's worth. The first step is getting it graded. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, evaluate the condition of your coin on the Sheldon Scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. For a coin like the 1983 P quarter, the difference between a grade of MS-65 and MS-67 could mean thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. Let's break down some of the recent auction prices. These typically sell for between $100 and $500. Not bad, but it's the higher grades where things get really interesting. In this condition, a 1983 P quarter could be worth $500 to $2,000. This is where the magic happens. In MS-67, the value skyrockets, with recent sales ranging from $10,000 all the way up to that record-breaking $70,300. As you can see, the higher the grade, the higher the value. This makes it essential to keep your coins in the best possible condition and have them professionally graded if you believe they are in mint state. So how can you tell if your 1983 P quarter is worth sending in for grading? Here are a few things to look out for. Mint condition quarters should still have their original shine, called luster. Coins that have lost this luster have likely been circulated and will be worth less. Look for any nicks, scratches, or dents. The fewer of these the coin has, the higher the grade. The finer the details in the eagle's feathers or George Washington's hair, the better the coin's condition. Worn-down details can reduce the coin's value. If your quarter shows any of these signs, it might be worth sending it in to be graded. As of today, high-grade 1983 P quarters continue to be in demand. The most pristine examples, graded MS-67, can still fetch anywhere from $20,000 to $70,000, depending on the market and the competition among collectors. But what about the future? Well, coin values often fluctuate based on trends in the collectibles market, but given the scarcity of high-quality 1983 P quarters, many experts believe their value could increase even further as more collectors recognize their rarity. So, if you come across a 1983 P quarter in mint condition, hold on to it tightly. And there you have it, folks, the 1983 P Washington Quarter, a coin that's turning heads and making headlines with its astonishing value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this quarter is proof that even the most ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. We're diving deep into a specific coin that could be sitting in your jar of spare quarters right now, the 1998 P Mint Mark Quarter. And here's the kicker. This coin, under the right conditions, has been valued at a whopping $60,300. Yes, you heard that right. So, sit back, grab your coin collection, and let's uncover what makes this particular quarter so special, valuable, and sought after by collectors around the world. First, let's start with some history. The 1998 quarter is part of the standard Washington Quarter series, which has been a staple in American currency since 1932. That year marked the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and the quarter was chosen to honor him. Over time, the design has undergone some changes, but the 1998 quarter retains the classic depiction of Washington on the obverse, or front, side. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1998, the U.S. Mint was preparing to switch designs. The 50-state quarters program was just around the corner in 1999, so the 1998 quarters are among the last of the old-style Washington quarters produced before this huge shift in American coinage. So right away, that makes it a little more significant. Now, about that P Mint mark. The P signifies that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the U.S. Coin collectors often look for where their coins were made because coins from certain mints can be rarer or more desirable, especially if there are any minting errors involved. Okay, so now you know a little about the history, but what makes this quarter from 1998 worth so much money? Most quarters from this year are only worth 25 cents, maybe a little more if they're in uncirculated condition. But the key is in the details. First off, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin that shows no signs of wear or damage. The more pristine the coin, the more valuable it becomes to collectors. A coin in near-perfect condition can command huge sums. And with the 1998 P Mint Mark Quarter, we're talking about an MS-68 or higher, which is extremely rare. But there's more to the story. One of the reasons this particular 1998 P quarter shot up in value is due to a combination of its scarcity in mint state and an increase in demand for high-quality examples. Few 1998 P quarters have been found in such flawless condition, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Additionally, there's always the possibility of an error coin. Sometimes during the minting process, coins are struck improperly, resulting in what we call minting errors. Error coins are a huge deal in the numismatic community because they're often one-of-a-kind or produced in very limited numbers, making them extremely valuable. Now, you're probably wondering how a quarter could sell for as much as $60,300. This astronomical value comes from a combination of its condition, rarity, and, as I mentioned earlier, the demand for error-free, high-grade coins. In 2021, a near-perfect 1998 P quarter was sold at auction for exactly $60,300. This particular quarter was graded MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which means it was virtually flawless, a dream for coin collectors. Out of millions of quarters minted in 1998, only a tiny handful achieved this level of preservation. The fact that it came from the Philadelphia Mint and was part of the final run before the State Quarter Series adds to its appeal and scarcity. Auction houses have seen a surge in demand for high-quality, modern coins, especially those from the late 20th century. Coins like this 1998 P quarter often go underappreciated for years before collectors realize their true value, and when that happens, prices can skyrocket, just like we saw with this particular sale. So, how can you tell if your 1998 P quarter is worth more than 25 cents? Here's a step-by-step guide to help you determine if your quarter might be valuable. First, check the mint mark. Look at the front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's portrait, and you should see a small P. If that's there, you know it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the condition of the coin. Does it look almost brand new? Or is it scratched, worn, or tarnished? Remember, the highest value coins are those that show almost no signs of wear. If you think your coin is in excellent condition, you might want to have it professionally graded. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can give your coin a grade, which will help determine its value. And don't forget, keep an eye out for any mint errors. Errors could include off-center strikes, double dies, or even unusual markings on the coin that shouldn't be there. These mistakes make coins even more valuable to collectors. So, what's the current market value of the 1998 P Mint Mark quarter? Well, the coin that sold for $60,300 was a unique situation. It was in exceptional condition and graded very highly. But even if your quarter isn't perfect, it could still be worth significantly more than its face value. Right now, uncirculated 1998 P quarters, especially those in mint state condition, can fetch anywhere between $10 and several $100s depending on their grade. If your coin is near perfect, you could be looking at thousands of dollars at auction. As of 2024, the coin market is strong, and demand for high-quality examples of modern coins continues to rise. So if you've got a 1998 P quarter in your collection, it might be worth more than you think. So, who would have thought that a simple 1998 P Mint Mark quarter could be worth over $60,000? It just goes to show that rare treasures can sometimes be hiding right in plain sight. Be sure to check your coin collection, or even the change in your pocket, and see if you've got a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. We have an incredible story for you about a coin that could potentially change your life if you happen to find one lying around. We're talking about the legendary 2000 P 1788 $quarter coin that's valued at a whopping $1.6 million in the current market. That's right, folks. A quarter that you might have casually spent on a coffee years ago could now be worth millions. So in today's video, we're going to dive deep into the history, value, and the story behind the 2000 P 1788 Mint Mark $quarter coin that has captured the attention of coin collectors and historians around the world. Let's start with the basics. The 2000 p 1788 $quarter coin might sound a little confusing at first glance, but the reason why this coin is so special lies in its commemorative design and its minting error. First off, let's break it down. This coin is part of the famous state quarters program that was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999, an initiative that lasted from 1999 to 2008. The aim of this program was to release a quarter for each of the 50 states in the Union, featuring unique state-specific designs on the reverse side of the coin. Now, when you hear 1788 on this coin, that refers to the year New Hampshire became a state, which is the state featured on the reverse side of this coin. It's a celebration of New Hampshire's entry into the Union, but that's not what makes this quarter special. Things start to get interesting. The astronomical value of this quarter isn't just because of the state design, but due to a rare minting error. Coin enthusiasts are always on the lookout for coins with errors because these make the coins rarer and more valuable. During the production of this coin at the Philadelphia Mint, something incredible happened. The coin was struck with a double die error on the obverse, the front of the coin. Double die errors occur when the coin is accidentally struck more than once, creating a doubling effect on the details of the coin, such as the date, lettering, or even parts of George Washington's face. Double dies are often seen as the holy grail in coin collecting because they make a coin one of a kind. In this case, collectors discovered that the 2000 p New Hampshire quarter had one of the most dramatic double die errors ever seen, particularly in the inscriptions of the words United States of America and the year 2000. This error makes it one of the rarest coins in existence, and that rarity drives up the value, big time. Okay, so you might be wondering, how does a simple minting error turn a 25-cent quarter into a coin valued at $1.6 million? Let's break it down. First and foremost, rarity is key. The U.S. Mint accidentally produced only a very small number of these error coins, making them incredibly scarce. Out of the billions of quarters minted each year, only a handful of these error coins exist, which means demand among collectors is sky high. Second, condition matters. If you're lucky enough to find one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a much higher value. Graded coins, that is, coins that have been professionally evaluated for their quality, fetch even higher prices. A mint state, MS, grade near 68 or above could push the value into the millions. Finally, historical significance plays a role. Not only is this coin part of the iconic state quarter series, but the double die error adds an element of historical intrigue that makes it stand out among collectors and numismatists. The combination of a popular series, an error, and high demand from collectors is what has caused the price of this quarter to shoot up to $1.6 million. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, what is the current market value of the 2000 p 1788 mint mark quarter, Well, earlier this year, a coin in mint condition with the rare double die error was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. This sale was a landmark event in the numismatic world, attracting collectors from all over the globe. It's worth noting, however, that the $1.6 million price tag applies to the rarest of the rare, coins that are not only in perfect condition but also have the clearest minting error. Even if your coin isn't in mint condition, these quarters can still fetch tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars if they have the double die error. Prices for lower-grade coins generally range between $50,000 to $100,000. But if you have one in top condition with a verified error, the sky is the limit. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these treasure coins sitting in your change jar at home? Step 1 is to carefully examine the obverse of the coin, the side with George Washington's face. Look closely at the words United States of America and the year 2000. If you notice any doubling of the letters or numbers, you may have just hit the jackpot. Step 2, it's always a good idea to take your coin to a professional coin grader or numismatist who can verify whether it's an error coin and assess its condition. Once graded, you'll know exactly how much your quarter could be worth. The fascinating and rare 2002D 1817 mint mark $quarter coin, this coin has taken collectors by storm, and in this video, we'll cover the history and significance of the 2002 D1817 mint mark, why this quarter is worth so much money, and, most importantly, its current market value. Hold on, because it could be as high as $50,300. Astonished face, so, grab your coins and let's get started. The 2002 D quarter belongs to the State Quarters program issued by the U.S. Mint. The year 2002 saw the release of quarters representing 5 states: Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. These quarters were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, indicated by the mint marks P and D respectively. The D on our quarter refers to the Denver Mint, which is one of the 2 major U.S. Mint facilities. That's where the star 1817 star comes into play, and this is where the plot thickens. You see, most coins from the 2002 series don't carry any historical mint mark from 1817, so this quarter is unlike any other. It represents a strange anomaly that has collectors baffled and excited. So why does this 2002 Denver minted quarter bear the 1817 mark? Is it an error, or is it intentional? Well, this could be one of those once-in-a-lifetime mint errors that turns an ordinary coin into a legendary one. Some experts believe that the 1817 mint mark could be the result of an overstruck coin, where a coin blank intended for the 1817 period was accidentally or purposefully struck with a 2002 design. This would be extremely rare, but mint errors like this are known to increase a coin's value by astronomical amounts. If you're lucky enough to find a 2002 D quarter with this peculiar marking, congratulations, you might just be holding on to a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. We're talking thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and uniqueness. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are always on the lookout for unique mint errors or anomalies, and this 2002 D1817 quarter is no exception. While regular 2002 D state quarters can fetch between 25 cents to a few dollars depending on their condition, the ones with the 1817 mint mark are in a league of their own. Why? Because rarity and historical significance drive up the value of coins. A mint error like this is incredibly rare, possibly a one-of-a-kind mistake that's both mysterious and historically intriguing. Coins like these often sell for high amounts at auctions because collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history that could have originated from an error at the U.S. Mint. In fact, just recently, one of these coins was auctioned for a whopping $50,300. Yes, you heard that right, $50,300. Exploding head. This value is heavily influenced by factors like its grade, which is how well preserved the coin is, whether it's in circulation or has been kept in pristine condition. A coin graded as MS 67, mint state 67, or higher is considered top quality and will command the highest prices. So, if you have one, it's worth getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I've got one of these rare coins? First, you'll want to carefully inspect the coin for the mint mark. On the obverse, the front side with George Washington's portrait, look just below the date for the mint mark D for Denver. If you spot the numbers 1817 instead of a typical year, that's the golden ticket. Be sure to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a good look. Even the smallest error or distinguishing mark could make a huge difference in the coin's value, and don't forget, condition is key. The better shape your coin is in, the more it's likely to be worth. As of today, the 2002 D1817 mint mark $quarter coin is valued as high as $50,300 depending on its condition and how rare the error is. Coin auctions, private sales, and certified coin dealerships are the best places to get an accurate appraisal and sell your coin if you choose to part with it. However, remember that the value can fluctuate, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the market if you're looking for the best time to sell. So, there you have it, the mystery and magic of the 2002 D1817 mint mark $quarter. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled across one in your loose change, this coin could be your ticket to a life-changing amount of money. If you think you have one, be sure to check its condition, get it authenticated, and watch the market carefully. And before you go, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, have you ever come across a rare coin, or are you planning on digging through your change after watching this video? I'd love to hear your stories. We're diving into a topic that has captured the attention of coin collectors and history buffs alike, the 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter coin ***. You might be surprised, but some of these coins are now valued as high as $40, $300. Yes, you heard that right, 40 grand for a quarter. In this video, we'll break down the history of this coin, why it's worth so much money, and how you can identify if your 2015 D quarter is one of these rare and valuable gems. So, stay tuned, let's kick things off with a bit of history about the 2015 quarter series. In 2010, the U.S. Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program, designed to highlight various national parks and historical sites across the United States. The series would run from 2010 to 2021, featuring a total of 56 unique designs, one for each state, territory, and the District of Columbia. Each of these quarters was minted with both the P for Philadelphia and the D for Denver mint marks, but it's the Denver Mint, or D Mint Mark quarters, that we're particularly interested in today. Now, let's get into why these 2015 D Mint Mark quarters are suddenly worth thousands of dollars. First of all, the Denver Mint is known for producing a significant portion of America's coinage. However, a handful of 2015 quarters from the Denver Mint have developed a reputation in the coin collecting community for their rarity, errors, and unique qualities. Some have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and we'll tell you exactly why. The most common reason that a 2015 D quarter becomes valuable is die errors. For those new to coin collecting, a die error occurs when the dies used to strike the coin malfunction or are improperly aligned, causing imperfections on the surface of the coin. These mistakes are what coin collectors love to find because they make the coin unique and highly desirable. There have been reports of double die errors, where the image on the coin is stamped twice, causing a slightly blurred or ghosted effect. Other types of errors include off-center strikes and planchet errors, where the metal blank itself is flawed. Coins with such errors are extremely limited in supply, making them highly collectible. And when the condition is pristine, meaning the coin hasn't been circulated much, the value skyrockets. Now let's get into the real jaw-dropper, how a 2015 D Mint Mark quarter can be worth up to $40, $300. One of the most famous sales occurred when a Homestead National Monument quarter from 2015, minted in Denver, fetched over $40,000 at auction. What made this particular quarter so valuable? It had a rare error, a combination of double die obverse, DDO, and DDR, double die reverse. This means that both sides of the coin had errors, making it a true collector's dream. To put this into perspective, most 2015 quarters that are in circulated condition are worth only their face value of 25 cents. But if you happen to find a quarter with such rare errors and in mint condition, the price jumps to astronomical levels, especially when sold at high-profile auctions. Condition and rarity are the two key factors that make these coins highly sought after. So, how can you tell if your 2015 D quarter is one of the valuable ones? This is the most obvious step. Look for the D on the obverse front of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's image. The D tells you it was minted in Denver. Carefully inspect the coin under good lighting. A magnifying glass will help here. Look for any doubling on the text or images, particularly on Washington's profile or the design on the back. You can also check if the image is off-center or if there are any weird marks or imperfections. Condition is key. Coins in mint condition, or those graded as MS-65 or higher ** by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, are worth significantly more. A coin in near-perfect condition will always fetch a higher price than one that's been circulated and worn down. As of now, most 2015 D quarters in average circulated condition are worth their face value ** 25 cents. However, coins with rare errors, especially in uncirculated or mint condition, are regularly selling for $500 to $1,000. And, as we mentioned earlier, certain error coins have sold for over $40,000 at auction, if you think you have a valuable quarter, it's worth getting it professionally graded to determine its exact condition and potential worth. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are considered in excellent condition and can command premium prices. If you're lucky enough to find a valuable 2015 D quarter, what's the best way to sell it? As mentioned, get your coin graded by professionals at PCGS or NGC. A proper grade can greatly increase its value. High-profile auctions or online coin auctions such as heritage auctions are a great way to reach serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. You can also try selling it on eBay or other online platforms, but be careful to accurately describe the condition and include high-quality photos. And there you have it, the fascinating story of the 2015 D Mint Mark quarter dollar that could be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether it's an error coin or one in pristine condition, these quarters are definitely worth checking for. So next time you get a quarter in your change, take a closer look. You might be holding onto a coin worth thousands, or even $40, $300. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things related to rare coins and collectibles. And let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a valuable coin in your collection. Happy hunting!